Good evening, everybody. Everybody hear me in the back? Yes, no?
That's better.
Okay, that's good. Joellen is not here this evening, so I'm going to take it upon myself. I know everybody's already eating, but if we could just stop for 1 second and bow our heads. We'd like to do our invocation at this point. Okay, there we go. So at this time, if you could also just stop for a second, we'd like to bow our heads and thank the Lord for this evening. Father God, we just thank you for this opportunity to gather together as friends and family. We just look forward to all that you have coming for us in this coming year. We thank you for the blessings that you've bestowed upon us in 2014. We just praise you for who you are, and we thank you for this Advent season. We ask you to bless this food tonight and just enjoy the fellowship with each other. And we ask that you can bless those that would not be here tonight. And we look forward to all that you have in store. We thank you for your Son. Amen.
Hear me in the back. Can you hear me in the back? I have an end of the year donation from Jimmy Lewis and a card here. A big hand for Jimmy. He's our #1 volunteer. There's no better time than Christmas to open our eyes to the goodness around us. Oh my goodness. To my Tea Party patriots and lovers of freedom and liberty, we must march on. By God's hand, we will save this country. God bless you and God bless America. Faithful Tea Party patriot, Jimmy Lewis. And a generous amount of money. Thank you, Jimmy. While I have the microphone, is Joe Mower here? Joni! Joe, would you stand up, please?
Use a flash, it helps.
Tell us about your dream, Joni.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Joni's got it.
I got it. Okay, hi. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. My name is Joe Muller, and I had a dream a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure if it was actually a dream or it was just a conglomeration of...
Obama was in jail?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if it was just like a conglomeration of what has been on my mind for a long time or lately. It hasn't reoccurred, but ideas have been popping in my head lately. So now my only problem is if I don't write them down, I'll forget. I am proposing something that will take a lot of effort and organization to pull this off, and I'm willing to do a lot of the legwork, but need your help and participation. Anyway, my dream was basically... Oh, you do? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Hey, Dan, can you have it talk a little louder? Maybe we just about hear you back.
Right into the mic.
Okay. Anyway, my dream was basically gathering as many like-minded folks in one place on or around April 15th, Tax Day, to share ideas on how to restore our republic. We can call it the Convention of Tea Party Patriots or Restore the Republic Conference or whatever we come up with. This is going to be an East Jersey Tea Party event. We are always preaching to the choir, and it doesn't go much further than that. The people voted, though we were heard in November. However, in order to restore the Republic, our work cannot stop just because the Republicans are in control of Congress.
Amen.
Right?
Yep.
That's going to be harder.
The freshman class in the Senate are, I hope, true conservatives, And you know we will hold not only the freshman class, but also Republicans accountable, or they will be voted out of office in 2016. They need to know that the power is in the people, and we all know they represent the people, not their own self-interest. We need to unite the Republican Party with our principles, morals, and values in order to succeed. Most of the establishment Republicans consider us a nuisance, and they need to be held accountable, and they need to know that. If we are divided in this effort, we will definitely fall. We need to unite now. For the 2016 presidential elections, just imagine a Hillary presidency until 2024. I don't think would be...
Just imagine a Jeb Bush presidency.
That's just as bad.
Okay?
Okay, so my idea or dream is to gather all Tea Party groups, faith and family-oriented groups, First and Second Amendment groups, any group that is working towards our goal of restoring our republic back to the Constitution. Since this will take place in New Jersey, obviously state issues like concealed carry, Common Core, etc. can be addressed. We will have speakers for each topic, tables set up on the side for each group, music, flags, balloons, the whole, the schmagegi, just like the Republican convention or any kind of convention. The venue, as I understand, Dan just said that we have Huddy Park in Tom's River Township, yeah.
Joan posted this on Facebook and started a firestorm, which we had to put down real quick because we did, because it would get out of control. But we did do something here, and I just wrote this up real quick. On the evening of April 18th, 1775, the British troops marched out of Boston to a little town called Lexington to confiscate arms stored there by the colonists. That very same evening, 2 men rode out of town to warn of the coming British regulars. Fast forward 240 years to the day, Saturday, April 18th, 2015, in the colonial town of Tom's River, where the keepers of that flame of patriotic fervor will gather to celebrate that fateful day on the site of the blockhouse that would be captured by those same troops during that long war that came to be known as the American Revolution. We have an opportunity to put on a great day for the locals so they can get to know us and other patriotic groups, as she had mentioned. It will also be a great opportunity for East Jersey Tea Party to generate some enthusiasm within our movement, which we have been beaten down and battered over the last 6 years. We have the permit, April 18th, Saturday, in Huddy Park. Let's put together something big. What do you say? You want to do it? I don't hear you. One person and a dream right here. Thank you, Johnny.
That's great. That's great.
You like that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Say that. 'Cause,
I spoke with a couple other people. I didn't really want to spread it around too much, but one guy, Dave DeNick, if you know him, he's one of our regulars. He has connections with the Scouts, and he would like to do something to also include them. I got a whole list of ideas here, and I think early in January, after the holidays, we're going to sit down and put together some ideas and get this baby rolling. All right?
all right.
Thank you very much. Good. Thank you. Good
Happy
job.
birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, Dan?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dan, is there any kind of a committee that's gonna do this?
Not yet.
Okay.
Would you like to be on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be taking names. Steve, you want to be up?
Oh, sure, I'll be up.
All right, and then Teddy's up after that.
I'm going to do our one little tiny piece of business. The business, of course, is our annual monthly budget report. We currently have $716.16 in the account. That's before this evening's donations. Speaking of money, I don't know if you guys all heard from the IRS. They actually issued $5.2 billion, that's with a B, $billion in fraudulent refunds last year. They established themselves as our government's most fiscally conservative and efficient agency. Wasn't that great? You didn't hear that? No, never mind. All right. So I was actually in the barber the other day, and there's this father and son. I see him pretty much once a month, and he just got his license, the kid, and he's always asking. He says, "Dad, can I borrow the car? Can I borrow the car? Can I borrow the car?" So Dad finally makes a deal with him, and he says, "I'll tell you what, son, I'll make a deal with you. If you do these 3 things, I'll think about giving you the car." He says, "First, I want you to bring your grades up from a C to a B. I want you to spend more time studying your Bible, and I want you to get a haircut." So about 6 weeks go by, the kid comes back to his father and says, "Dad, what about the car?" He says, "All right, well, he says, "I'm proud of you, son. I'm noticing you've really brought your grades up. I've noticed you've been spending some time in the Word. But, when are you going to get the haircut?" He says, "Dad, I've been thinking about that, and in my time in the Word, I've been noticing that Moses had long hair, Samson had long hair, John the Baptist had long hair. I'm pretty sure Jesus had long hair." And he says, "Son, I also want you to notice that they all walked everywhere they went."
Oh my. All right. It's like the toilet paper on your shoe. I hear angels. I hear angels. I hear angels. All right, folks. Want to share something that was transformative. And at my age, it's kind of like, at 63, it's like a political Viagra. Really. Bill and I will never be the same.
We need one more.
So, Dan, our dear Dan, called me up and he said, there's this course called the Tennessee Center for Self-Governance. How many people here have taken it? How many people here want to take it? That's not very good. I want to see a better show of hands when I'm done. Seriously. There are a lot of claims made. There are a lot of claims made about different things and how to be more effective. Who's talking over there?
From the bar.
No, over here. There are a lot of claims made about being effective with your message, what we want to change. We have a lot to do to save the Republic, to keep the Republic. And there are these folks that have tried something in Tennessee, and it is awesome. It has literally changed the way I look at things. I am a retired social studies teacher, and I found out I know very little. The first level course was amazing in terms of how what I thought I knew, I didn't know. It turned everything around upside down and created a whole new way at looking at being effective in changing how we interact with the elected officials and the appointed officials in our local area, in our county, and in our state. And it delivered, this course delivered in such ways that Bill and I are just, we're just, every day we talk about it. It's just incredible. So what I want to do is have Bill go around with he has a sign-up sheet. We're going to be offering courses in New Jersey in January. And if you would like to really save the Republic, I mean really start to learn what it's going to take to do that in a friendly way, and there is homework, but in a friendly and really productive way, you will not be wasting your time, I guarantee it. So Bill, are you around? Okay. And I hope you'll really consider it, because right now, the good news is there's been more graduates in New Jersey than the predominance of other states in the Union. So we're well on our way to having and keeping our republic. Thank you.
Wait.
Yeah, what?
No, I'll come up. Today, an email went out by Will Ames about the Center for Self-Governance. Out of 15 states that are having classes, New Jersey ranks number 6 in people taking the course. How's that? There we go. So New Jersey ranks number 6 out of 15 for the amount of students that are taking the class. And I think as the next few classes come up, we're going to be moving up position-wise. So there are a lot of Tea Party groups that are getting involved in it. It's like you said, it's a great education.
There's
on-
nothing like it.
It's
nothing
unbelievable.
like it.
You will, even if you don't do anything with it, it makes you smarter to deal with people. Yes,
Robert, how many people in New Jersey have been taking classes
I think we have
have-
168 that took it in New Jersey already.
so far this year? Over how many
Right.
months?
We have classes 1, 2, and 3. January, I think they're waiting for classes 1 and 2 to catch up to 3, so we can have a larger mega group to make it cheaper for the teachers to come and teach us, have larger classes, and that's going to be in January.
Here, let me explain.
Now, wait a minute, Robert, where are they being held in January?
We don't know yet.
There's
We want, first of all, I know that I'm sponsoring a level 1. So if you haven't taken level 1 yet, there will be a level 1 at the United Methodist Church in Belmar on the Saturday, I believe it's the 24th or 25th, whatever that Saturday is. 24th of January. Now you have to understand that this group they went out, they tried this curriculum, they have made, if you go on the Google, Tennessee Center for Self-Governance, and watch their video, they have made an incredible difference, not just with Democrats, but with Republicans. They are literally, when you, Bill and I are already hearing back from our elected officials, they're starting to call us. And we've only taken 2 levels of this course, yes.
What elected officials are calling you?
Local.
Well, what do you mean by local?
Council.
Oh, you mean like the
Councilman.
council in Belmar, the council in Point Pleasant, the council, that's,
Our councilman, not yours, ours.
what is your council?
Belmar.
All right, that's all I want.
Oh, okay.
You stated it.
No, I know, I got it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotten up here and screamed so much about how we're having so many problems in Belmar, I forgot that not everybody knows that. These guys, there are 4 principal teachers. They travel day and night around this country giving these classes. They have sacrificed everything to do this. So the rotations into each state are very important. So we want to maximize the effort because hopefully, I mean, we're doing well in New Jersey, but it may not be till March till they show up again. So we're really looking forward to you. If you haven't taken the level 1 course, it'll change your life forever. I guarantee it personally. If you haven't taken level 2 or level 3, also, please sign up for this coming January. Thank you.
Just one little example of what they've taught. Here's one of the principles that they taught, where the Democrats are for are on side A of an issue. The Republicans must be necessarily on side B. If the Democrats go from A to B, the Republicans will also switch. Can anybody think of an example where they switch sides? They do it all the time. What'd you say? Immigration, that's right. A few years ago, the Democrats were screaming that the Republicans wanted the illegal aliens in for the cheap labor. And what the Republicans are saying now, they don't want the illegals in. They switch sides on that. They switch sides on the budget. When George Bush was in, and the Republicans were spending a lot of money, the Democrats were screaming, "Oh my God, you're spending all our money, all our children's money." Now that Obama is in there, what are the Republicans screaming? The same thing. Oh my gosh, you're spending all our money. It's about control of the government. It's not about the issues. So our system, their system actually, is about controlling them, not the issue. Thank you.
The other thing I like to bring up also is I've ran into a few people that want to take the course but cannot afford to take it. So I made the obligation of sponsoring one person for the course. If there's some of you out there that would like to do the same or partially contribute, come and see me. I have other people I know would like to take the course, but they can't afford to do it. And I know they got their heart into helping us win this battle that we're trying to do. Thanks. Just turn the switch on.
Can you hear me? Okay. Since we got open mic night tonight, I thought I'd speak again. Sorry I wasn't here last meeting. It's really noisy. Louder? Okay, one more speaker. Open mic night tonight. Let me get up here for a second. My wife was having me clean out the garage. We're doing some remodeling. So I found something that is 4 or 5 years old. And I don't know if you remember when we used to do our roadside signage and our roadside signs and things. I just took this out of the garage this week. Does anybody know what this is? Dan, do you know what this is? It's a sign. What does it say?
$14 trillion.
Well, it says 14T, but that's shorthand for, well, not in front of the camera, but nobody pays attention to you when you're in front of the camera. I'd rather not have my face on camera anyway. Anyway, I was cleaning out the garage and I found this. Anybody know what happened last week? 18T. I knew all the Tea Party people would know 18 trillion.
You know what happened when I started? 9.
9, Bill. Well, you're kind of old, Bill. I'm not as old as you, thank goodness.
Who doubled that?
Yeah, 70% in the last 5 years, I think he's done. Anyway, what all it did was, we used to get a lot of sponsor from this sign because it's very simple. People would drive along the highway and look, what's 14T? And you have to explain it to people, especially children. But we need to keep educating, and my thing about the Tea Party is always, we have to do our knitting, which is money. Money, taxes, property, money. And we're at 8T by the time Obama's gone. It'll be 20 trillion. We're just passing along. We know what's going to happen. So anyway, that was a reminder. I'll be making a new sign for our next roadside thing. I have some information also about, it's back on the stand, but give me a second. A couple months ago I was here, and the young lady, we were talking about Monsanto. Let me get my notes and I'll try to follow up. I don't want to belabor it, but I have just a moment or two that I'd like to come do a little follow-up, because I did a lot of further research on Monsanto and some things. Just let me get my notes.
If you want to sign up and you haven't yet, come on up here, because that way I won't have to keep walking around.
Let me put my glasses on because I'm blind without them. Okay. As far as the Monsanto deal, some of the research I did, I have the hard copy of the EPA, final EPA report about this Anniston, Alabama situation. At our last 2 meetings ago, I was questioned about that. I didn't know anything about it. Did a lot of research. I have about 14 pages of the final results. Anyone want to read them? There's a lot of calculus in here. There's a lot of obfuscation. There's a lot of stuff that nobody can understand. Boiling down, just a few things. Solution Incorporated, which is a spin-off of Monsanto, they agreed in 2003 to pay $700 million to settle a lawsuit for PCBs in Anniston, Alabama. After you dig into this a little bit, you find out that an awful lot of these things are not, it was basically they paid off a lot of lawyers, if you know what I mean. Yes, the PCBs are a problem. They did relate them to diabetes in women, diabetes in children, but there's no definitive scientific results in these final EPA findings that say definitely PCBs cause these things. So again, I have it here, and anybody can come up, grab it from me and look through it. I just want to quote one or two quotes from Anniston, directly from Anniston, Alabama, people on the ground. PCBs were used mostly to insulate large electrical containers and capacitors, transformers, and they were buried in the earth all over the country. The Hudson River is being cleaned up today by GE because they wanted to clean up the Hudson River and they blamed it on PCBs. Nobody's been directly related to being killed or injured by a PCB to date. The money that was spent, $600 million settlement to more than 20,000 people in this area of Alabama, and is based on their exposure to PCBs. An additional $100 million was spent on cleanup and other programs. So they distributed $600 million to 20,000 people. Unfortunately, it really didn't end up with them. Some of them came up with $8,000 or $10,000. The lawyers got most of the money. And at this point, the EPA classifies it as a possible or probable human carcinogen. Probable. There's nothing definitive been stated, and this has been researched over and over and over. Evidence related to diabetes is mixed. The reports that come out make it look real bad, but when you dig into them, there's a predominance of older people in the studies, women in the studies, pregnant people in the studies, and children, and it doesn't add up when you look at the final bottom line numbers. The results are skewed by the samplings. I just have one thing. There was a local write-up from an Alabama newspaper about the African American rate in communities in the South, and there's one quote that I wanted to quote, and it's I have a little trouble finding the newspaper, but this is back about 7 or 8 years ago. The heading is called "It Tastes Like Dirt." In some African American communities in the South, eating dirt is a cultural phenomenon, learned from one generation from the previous, especially amongst women. How many of these people in this room knew that people eat dirt in the South? I never knew that. You knew that?
I do that.
Did you ever eat dirt?
I don't come from the South.
Okay.
Did you eat dirt?
Not intentionally, but people here used to eat dirt, says Carter, the community activist. It had PCBs in it. Back long time ago, people used to always eat it and just crave it. About 5 years ago, Kevin Grisby of the Association of American Medical Colleges and an expert on pica, or the tendency to eat something other than normal food, got a call from the CDC saying they found several young black women who had PCBs in their bodies, but the scientists didn't think it came from water or game or fish, where we normally think it comes from. The CDC scientist, whose name Grigsby can't remember, unfortunately, it's a local newspaper, asked if it was true that these young women could possibly be digging up clay and eating it. Absolutely, Grigsby told. We see this as an odd and strange behavior, but for a lot of folks, this is just something that Grandma did, and it's not that eye-raising, Grigsby said. I think it lends some validity to the source of the PCBs was perhaps that not game or fish, but was just eating the clay. They used to eat the red clay in the South. They still do. Not only has the contamination compromised health and character of the community, it has disrupted a cultural practice, albeit a risky one. A one-size-fits-all cleanup isn't good enough, Grisby said. A cleanup should be culturally sensitive. So here we go. If you were doing a cleanup in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it would be very different from what you would do in Anniston, Alabama. If you read through these articles, and there's many of them on the internet, and then you read through the 14 pages of PCB findings by the EPA, you're pretty much going to find out that the lawyers got all the money, local governments got a lot of money, there's no definitive answers, nothing is absolute, the samplings are all poorly done. It's very similar to the thing we just went through with Ebola. Oh, you can't get Ebola, by this or that. And then 2 weeks later you find out, oh, you could get it if you kissed the guy with Ebola. I mean, there are so many things that you have to look at the source material, I think is the point of the discussion. I didn't want to beat that to death. The young lady that brought it up isn't here tonight. Next time I see her, I'll speak with her and we'll discuss it a little bit more. I'll show her the EPA findings. But anybody who wants to see them again, I think I have one more quote. What's that? It's right here. I'll give it to you. You can have it on the way out. How's that? I'll give it to you on the way out. Again, the diabetes, PCB levels showed that inverse associations with BMI in younger individuals with diabetes. And some of those pre-diabetes along with... Okay, sorry about that. I'm bringing you down. Okay, I got it. Thanks for listening, and read the study. Read the source material. Thanks.
You can take your 14 trillion. See, 14 trillion. Isn't that good news? It's only 14 trillion.
We're going down.
We're going down. Going down. Okay, so we want to kind of turn this back just a little bit here. Tonight, some of you did receive the email that we are collecting some things for our troops to send overseas during the holiday season. A lot of them do not receive cards from anybody. Some of them don't have family. So if you have the opportunity to send a card or a letter, and any gifts, or you would like to make a donation, we do have something that's over here in the back by Dan and myself. You can pick up something and drop it off if you have anything with you. If you just want to contribute later, feel free. It actually occurred to me, we're not the only ones doing this, but last month was Veterans Day, and I was reading something and it just talked about, it was of course, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, and that was 1918. So then it finally occurred to me, I was like, when I was first learning all this stuff in history, World War I was still something in our generation where we would have heard from people, what do you want? Come out by the food. Let me come out by the food. The food's gone. Robert, move the camera. There you go. So, in regards to World War I, it was something that wasn't so far off, but now it's over 100 years ago that started. So we're looking at something that's a century old at this point. World War I right now was going on 100 years ago. And most of those guys, so I say everybody that fought in that war is now dead. They've all been deceased, all the veterans, they're not there. And we're rapidly losing those in our World War II veteran era. So if you want to say thanks to those guys, I think it's really great. How many of you guys are members of NRA? Anybody? Here's a few of you out there, right? Supporting our Second Amendment. Every month, my favorite page in their magazine is The Armed Citizen. I just love to hear about the stuff because, guns kill. It's always the bad guys. We always hear about how evil guns kill. It's not the people that are the bad guys that actually wield them, right? Well, this always tells you the good news. The guys that have defended themselves, supported themselves, and, stopped crime and stopped themselves from becoming victims. Now listen to this carefully. In Florida, in Palm Beach County last month, Arthur M. Lewis, 89. Okay? Basically 90-year-old decorated World War II veteran. This guy's seen some action. He's done a lot in his life, and I'd love to hear his stories. He was still working at his jewelry business. All you entrepreneurs, do you want to be working in your jewelry business when you're 89? I mean, that's that generation. 89 years old, he's still working, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Some man, we'll just say man, slime, with a gun enters his store. Obviously, it's not really meaning well for Arthur. Lewis quickly grabbed his .38 caliber handgun that he carried in his pocket. The would-be robber exchanged gunfire with Lewis before fleeing the scene. He was later found at a local hospital with 6 gunshot wounds. 89-year-old Arthur put all 6 slugs in this dude.
Hey, Arthur.
All right, God bless Arthur. After being treated, the assailant was then arrested and faces charges of armed robbery, felon in possession of a firearm. Felon, imagine that, a repeat offender. Shocking. So, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, armed burglary, and Lewis's arm was just grazed by a bullet. But otherwise, he was unscathed. 89-year-old veteran, sees war, goes through it, still working. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The guy's out here doing a 40-hour week, still an entrepreneur at 89. So God bless him. Thank you to all of our veterans. Thank you to Arthur. If you want to support these guys, if you don't have something here tonight, there are other places you can look up. It's called anysoldier.com. So you want to make a contribution and ship something overseas. And also operationgratitude.com. Both of those got some information. You can send them stuff. And then again, like the biggest thing is if you can send them a card that says, hi, how you doing? Thank you for what you're doing. You know, it's lonely overseas. They don't really feel the gratitude. Obviously, the stuff that you see in the media is not always favorable for our military and what they're doing. And this, you know, this war or not a war, whatever they're calling it these days, right? So if you want to go out and support these guys, send them something. The only thing that they recommend is obviously don't talk about things like, you know, killing and death and the war itself. And don't talk about politics. Just talk about, hey, thanks for what you're doing. Thank you for your service. God bless you if there's anything I can do. And you send them that kind of stuff. So that's for our veterans. And now for our last thing, since this is a Christmas party, we did want to have a couple of gifts. We had a few things that we want to hand out. We had some donations this evening. So those little pieces of paper that I handed out, I'm going to get somebody to come up here and pull our first. Robert, come up here. You can pull the first one. How's that? We got anybody here that's a hunter? Anybody here hunt? No hunters? Just one. One hunter. Okay. Well, we got one person that might.
Is mine taped to the bottom?
Yours is taped to the bottom. Just pick another. Any old number. Okay. So if you can read these. Oh, geez.
That's your handwriting.
That's not my handwriting.
Is it upside down or right side up?
Well, it can't be 60. So it looks like 20. This is Jimmy. Jimmy did this. So 20. Who's 20? Sheila, come on up. Sheila. Okay, we have a sampling of books, so I don't know which one, the cookie jar, no cookie jar. All right, so you can have any of those books, or if you're a hunter, this would be good for you. We'll be just like dogs, one of those.
Oh, that's
So,
cute.
That's cute. So you can pick one of those and then draw our next number. Oh, make a decision now, Sheila. Come on, it's not all night. Draw the next number. How about that?
All right, all right.
Pull a number. Pull a number. Any number. Pick a number. Any card. Any card. Looks like only one. Only one. Come on. What do we got? 15. Come on up here. Number 15. All right, Sheila. Take your
Okay.
number 15. Lucky 15. Who's up? Hey, Joe. Okay, 15.
See.
Okay, so you get any of these books or this little wall plaque here. Joe, pick a number. Pick a number. You could scramble and shake them out, make it look pretty. You know. No, just one. What is it? Number 3. Number 3. Trace. Little Spanish lingo for all you guys that just snuck over the border last night. Okay. Here, pick a number. Let me verify that she's not sneaking up here. Ah, this is
right?
It's right here.
Okay.
Pick another number. Here you go. Just pull one out of there somewhere. Well, lucky number 23. See, it's a lucky number. I know somebody with 23. 23! Yay! Down, Meryl. Come on up. All right, pick a number out of there for me, please.
Sure, I can pick a number.
Any number.
This is a good number.
That's
That's a good number.
It's a good number. Number 12. Is this
12.
Lucky number. Who's number 12? Anybody got a 12? Marilyn, you're up. Did you pick your?
Oh, take one of these?
You get one of those.
Fine, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Who's number 12? You got 12? 12's not here. Really? Going once. Going twice. Okay. 12's going. Here you go. Pull another one. From the bottom of the pile.
I'm sorry, this one.
Shaken, not stirred.
This time, now, put that back.
Put that
please.
back in. Oh, we're cheating.
No, I'll put it back.
Okay, number 6. Numero 6. Numero 6. All of you border crossers, come on, where are you? I know you're here. Come out of the shadows.
There we go. Yes, yay.
Okay. Number 6. Thank you. Here, pull a number. And then you get to pick one of those right there.
Yes, I have.
They're all pulling. Only one.
I know.
Okay, there we go. 16. 16. Number 16. You get to choose either of these books or this sign right here. So if you want to hang on your wall or you want one of those. 16.
16.
Go up. What's that? Wait, where's your number? Where's your? Wow, he's trying to pull a fast one. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, 16. All right, we can trust
You're
it.
there?
No. Pull the next one out.
Yeah, go this one right here.
Right there. Number S. It's 11. Number 11. Number 11. So you get either a book or a sign. That's your choice. You'll take the book. Okay, so we're down to the last two. So you either get a book or the sign. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Okay, one more. Wait, Jason. Pull it up. There you go. Pull it up. And our last number is
28.
28. Number 28 was our last winner for this evening. Anybody? Number 28? 28. Nobody? Got another one. All right. We only had 2 empty ones, so somebody left.
24.
24? Is Keeper Sutherland here? 24. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Very good, we'll bring that back. So, all right, that was our last prize tonight. So thank you to all of our donors. Thank you all for coming. You all have a Merry Christmas. Have some fun. Enjoy the evening. Good night. God bless you.